This is the Mooncast. Welcome to the Mooncast. I'm here. I have a very special guest today. My brother, my friend, business partner, very inspirational person. You know, he's runs his own coding company. Tam, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, I'm Tan. I have a coding agency. We do mainly web development, but we also do white label coding, which means that we programs for companies, brand companies, but they and then they put their own brand on the software. You won't see my name on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how long have you been doing this for?
More than 15 years.
15 years?
Yeah, more than 15 years. Yeah.
And why did you start? Can you walk us through like why you started, why you decided to do coding?
Well, the thing is like because I was like a gaming nerd.
Yeah.
So I was playing a lot of like Flash games online because now Flash is not anything anymore. I think.
Yeah.
But but Flash game, to play a Flash game, you have to go to bounce on different websites, you know.
Yeah.
So like, oh fuck, I just waste time saving bookmark and then I forgot the bookmark and then I have to sign which game on whichever website is that. So I say, okay, I want a website that I can keep all my favorite Flash game there, or just can review my games there. So I start building my own website with that.
Yeah.
That's why. And then start building website. You understand, okay, to save data, you need database. And then you start do also backend stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, and then you see, okay, this is gonna work as business.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna start make free website for friends, free website for business. Then you start learning SEO and other stuff, and then I'm making my job.
Yeah. And can you explain a little bit about the differences between like a back end developer versus a front end developer and a full stack developer? Like, what are the differences and the nuances between them?
Okay, front end is what people see on the screen. No, the button, the banner, the picture, the layout, how the thing is working. And the backend is how the data behind the website is recorded. You know, when you do login, you see the input, you know, put the email, put the password, and then the button. That's the front end. Okay.
Yeah.
The moment you press login, then the login, the function behind the button, that's the backend. It's ask the query and then ask the database behind say, hey, this email and this password, does it exist or not?
Yes. Okay. And the full stack is able to do the combination between the two, right?
Yeah. Full stack means that you're able to do both front end and back end together.
Yeah. And with like HTML and JavaScript, can you explain the differences between them? Like what's more of a progressive language, more nuanced language, and more simplistic language, coding language? And can you explain the differences between HTML and like JavaScript?
HTML is not actually a coding.
Okay.
It's called markup. Okay. Which means that you don't have to understand any logic. Okay. It's not like if something is that and then you do this. Okay.
Yeah.
HTML is just something that you place there. Say this is a picture, and then I will see a picture. So I put like a tag img. Okay.
Yeah.
If I put a text and then I put the tag p, which means paragraph.
Yeah.
There is not any logic. The only logic is that how you put the layout. Okay, and then where you put the block. But the HTML is just to show the data that you get. Okay, basically.
Yeah, got it. So HTML is more for showcasing the data, and JavaScript, that's the basic.
The JavaScript is to make this data. It's more also to elaborate data or make the at the beginning JavaScript wasn't like that. Okay, the beginning JavaScript was like, hey, made a special effect of button, like I click a button and just move. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you click the button and get the annoying pop up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the beginning was JavaScript.
Yeah.
And after that, now we get JavaScript. Then you can work on backend with JavaScript right now.
Yeah.
Also. But the beginning JavaScript was like to make a nice animation on the screen, which was only front end language.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Interesting. And there's also like different, more complicated stuff like like Rust, Solidity, and all these different. This is more Web3, right?
Yeah. Rust is more backend stuff.
Yeah.
Solidity is more Web3 and blockchain stuff like Ethereum, or AVM, which means like compatible with Ethereum.
Yeah, the Ethereum stuff. And you learned all this stuff yourself, right? Like, or did you go through like a coding camp or coding course or something like that?
No, basically I study everything myself, which means, but you can find many courses online, and then I can advise that you can go on Code Academy, have really nice free course there. And I did put my brother on Code Academy and got really nice result. Get some basic. But the thing is, like, you don't need to go through professional course or go to a university to understand things. The thing is, like, you just need to find the code you want, what you want to do. Because like, I want to do data analyst because I like database, or make website. I want to make smart contract for blockchain. Okay.
Yeah.
After you know what you want to do, then you find the language that you need to learn in order to do that.
Yeah.
And then after that, you can find a lot of tutorial about that.
Yeah.
And after that is like the most. I also did this error. Like, you go through too many tutorials, like tutorials, like hours, tutorials, and then not doing any shit. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Oh, these are fun. Another tutorial. Let's watch now. Okay, no, absolutely no. You just do one and then start making things. Okay, even if it's like just copy pasta. Okay, you watch a screen and then copy pasta. It's really important that you start those things right away.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't understand anything, okay, you just copy and paste, say, okay, you validate yourself. Say, oh, I can do this. I can make this work. You know, this is working. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see the picture of a cat on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, nice. I can put my name on the screen. Wow. Okay, nice. After that, you can experiment. Okay, and then you go out from the binaries and say, okay, you just testing and then move stuff around and then understand why this is working. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the third step says, like, you go through one tutorial, try to do what they're doing, and then try to mess up with the stuff. You know, like, okay, you were able to copy pasta that. Okay, you copy paste and it's working. Okay, you know it's working. Yeah. Now try to break it down. I mean, like, hey, why this button working? Like, why when I click this one, go have a pop-up and say hello? Why cannot say my name? And so, okay, you just try to scramble the code by yourself. And then it's very important when you see what you write down, what you do, and understand why you write down that way.
Yeah. And what would you say the most difficult thing for you in coding is? Is it staring at the screen for like a very long period of time? Or what is the hardest part? What's the most difficult thing for you?
Oh, the thing is, stay on the screen long time is the least of the problem. Because like when you are concentrated, your focus, you even forget, like, also when you have to eat, you know. It's like you're so focused, like, okay, I have to solve this, like, blah blah blah. The most difficult thing is when you get some really complex case or really specific case, and there is no tutorial, because tutorial is like teach you how to make like the list or the button or the cute things, the most simple things. And the most hard part is like when you get some specific case for, like, you work like for a corporate company, and then they have like super specific need about doing something, like some specific report or some specific people doing stuff. And then like sometimes you spend days to debug, because like you don't have like another senior say, hey, you ask the what do you do? No. So you have to find yourself how to debug or how to make the code work in the way they want, you know. Or sometimes you need to test a new technology, and then because like you find out it's more efficient. But the thing is, like, you have this huge platform, and then you have to translate the huge platform all one into the new one, you know, and then you have to rewrite the code and then translate the old language with the new language.
Is there like, there's a transmitting software that you can switch the one language to another language, like for instance Rust to JavaScript or whatever, you know?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. For example, for apps, now you see apps really common, and then really making apps super cheap because they write it down in JavaScript. And then there's a program that break down the code and then rewrite them in Swift or Android, like C language. With Android SDK. So, and then you write the code once, and then you code for Android, and then you code the iOS. But sometimes you don't. You have to manually refactor the stuff.
Wow. And how long does that usually take when you're manually refactoring the stuff and trying to basically disseminate the information from one coding language to another? Like, how long does that usually take?
Oh, it depends how complicated is the original platform.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, if you're just making like a simple website, maybe a few days, 1 week, okay. But I have another platform that managed 40 websites, and have tens of thousands of products. It's gonna take like at least a couple of months of refactoring.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. And for you, when did you know, like, because you started what, like 15 years ago?
Yeah.
So when did you know that, okay, I can actually take this skill set that I've built and actually like do this on my own full time? Like, when did you know that you could take that skill set and actually do it on your own full time and actually build a company and actually do those things?
Well, because at this time when I was working 9 to 5 in another industry, which is like fashion industry, and another type of coding. Anyway, I show you that how is different the coding.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you do this as a side job, you know. I don't advise people like, okay, just close down your 9 to 5 and then throw yourself into program coding arena. Okay? The thing is, take step, like in life, you take a little step, and then when one step is stable, take another one. No, for example, like you go in a stair, okay, you won't go up if the current step is not stable, okay. So the thing is, I did start coding, I did start like make nice website, okay. And then when I I see people that start paying me to make website or fix their website, okay. And then I see then when the income is like slightly less than I was getting, but okay, allow me to survive. Okay, I was like, okay, fine, it's time to change. You know? It's not like, okay, oh, I throw myself in the fucking arena, and then there is a lot of like super expert code that like can dump on you because like they're much expert than you and do those things like 3 times faster.
Yeah, exactly. No, it makes absolute sense, man. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think it's best to do like the incremental, like how you said, because like, trying to go through everything just like quickly and trying to quit your job quickly. Everyone's trying to escape the matrix, right?
Yeah, but every time tries to escape the matrix, but if you go out slowly, like in 2 years or in 1 week, the result is the same, same result, okay? But the thing is, like, you might get less problem if you're doing slowly and understand every step.
Yes.
Because like if you fall and then you don't know how to get up because like you go through so fast that you didn't learn anything.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And also like you began with the structuring of your company, you did it like in, I guess, like in Italy, and with the tax. Can you explain a little bit about the tax situation in Italy? Like, I know it's quite crazy, man.
Yeah, in Italy, the tax rate, the real one, is about like 70%. So like I make like a 1,000 euro invoice, I get like actual 300. Okay, the other 700 is like already taxed.
Guys, do you guys hear this? 70% tax rate. What are they doing with the money? Is it, the infrastructure and everything? I know I've been to Italy like 3 times, and infrastructure looks amazing. You know, it looks great. The translation's good, quality translation. Our healthcare is good too as well. Yeah.
Italians like to complain a lot, okay? But I have been around the world. Like I have been in China, I've been in UK, I've been in US.
Yeah.
And I can say that Italian healthcare and infrastructure is really nice, okay? Yeah. But usually Italian doesn't know because like they go out of Italy like a couple of times per year, so they don't see any difference. You know, they go like in the village and then don't see anything.
Yeah.
But actually, like for example, you can get an ambulance to your home. Yeah. The ambulance carried to the hospital. You get checked. I got the X-ray, okay?
Yeah.
And then after that, I got like some medicine for a doctor. I got visit from 2 different doctors, and then got the medicine. And then the ambulance sent me back home. I didn't pay anything.
Wow.
0. Okay?
That's crazy. So that portion is good as well. And also, like, I'm guessing like the higher education is free too as well.
Not free, but it's not
universal. More so, right? Like it's redistributed through via the taxes.
Up to high school, the education is kind of free. Yeah. But you have to pay the books. Okay. Yeah, but you don't have to pay for school from till the high school.
Okay.
And also the public university are not that expensive as like in the US.
Yeah. So why are they still have physical? They don't have like ebooks and stuff like that. Physical books.
I mean, Italy is not famous for innovation.
Yeah.
Italy is famous for traditional industry, so they're gonna be the last one to do the transition. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Damn, 70% taxes. Man, that is insane, man. Like,
and now that's why I also moved my company in different countries.
yeah, I mean, because we're smart, man. We think, you know.
Yeah,
We
I mean,
think on
it's
the
like
fly.
I work my ass off, and then I see
Yeah,
what I get this. Oh,
yeah,
come on! It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like okay, you spend a lot of money, but mm, actually, I could get like with the money I spend on tax, I can get a private insurance. Like I
yeah.
can get a helicopter, get me from home. You know.
Yeah, yeah, literally, man, literally 70% tax. Because actually thought Germany had a higher tax rate than, because actually they don't, it's not 70% in Germany. I think it's like 40-50% in Germany, something like
Also in
that.
Italy, have start from 23 and then 35 and 40.
Yeah,
But I made an Excel sheets. Okay, I made like the calculation on Excel is that the total is like okay, from 60 to 70 depends on the industry.
yeah,
Okay, the official rate is like until I don't know 50,000 you pay
yeah,
23%. After the from 50,000 to 80 you pay the 35%, and then
yeah,
after. But the thing is like you got like also company tax, regional tax,
yeah.
and other tax and national insurance tax.
Shit, man.
And one bad thing is like you open a company or you open a company or you start be a professional.
Mm-hmm.
You even if you do zero invoice, you do zero income
Mm-hmm.
this year, you still have to pay more or less 5,000 euro tax per year
Wow.
for national health.
Just because you own the company, right? So in the
Yeah,
company
you
didn't
open a
make any
company,
money.
zero company, only
Yeah,
expenses. Okay,
yeah,
you still have to pay for yourself
yeah.
4,000 euro more or less.
Man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's good that we structured over here in Bulgaria and get that 10% tax.
Yeah. I mean, there are also other good countries.
Yeah.
But for example, before Bulgaria, I have been in Slovenia, and Slovenia have a really good tax rate because until 100K income,
Yeah.
you just pay 20% tax on it.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, 20% is not bad. It's not
Yeah,
Bulgaria, but I mean, it's
it's
still.
not Bulgaria, but there is a trick that actually can make you pay for actually 4%.
Ah, okay. Would you like to disclose the trick?
Yeah, I mean,
if not, it's fine. It's fine.
no,
You know,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not illegal.
You know
Actually,
what? You know what? You know what? Let's schedule a consultation, and we can talk more about tax avoidance, not tax evasion. These are two separate things, right, guys? We don't.
it's a tax optimization.
Yes, tax optimization. That's a perfect term, right? So we don't evade taxes. You know, we
So
don't
the
encourage that.
thing,
Pay your taxes, guys. You know, but
pay tax, but where is more convenient?
yeah. Exactly. Yo, so I know that you're in crypto like me, you know, like we talk about it all the freaking time, man. So I just want to know like what's your favorite coin right now that you're looking at, and like where do you see the landscape in the next 2 to 3 years in the crypto industry, and like what's like your favorite coin right now that you're holding, not holding, or which one that you're looking at?
I have different coins, a lot of different coins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like spray and then see stuff are curious.
Yeah.
But my main coin is WMT and I can say Cosmos.
Cosmos, yeah,
Okay.
Cosmos
and WMT.
Yeah.
WMT because it's the first one that is connecting the real business, like onboarding, like people paying stuff.
Yes.
To crypto, which
Yeah.
is I think a lot of crypto say, hey, we are real 5, blah 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 blah. But the only one who is getting money are just like less than 10, or even less than 5 actually in crypto.
Yeah.
And WMT is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like WMT a lot too, man. Especially the work they're doing. They're partnered with Starlink, no?
They partner with Starlink, yeah.
Yeah.
Also partner with Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be something serious in the next 2 to 3 years, man. That one, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. You know, I'm excited. I get really happy, you know, when I hear these types of things. As an investor, you know, it's quite good. But like, can you name some of the challenges that you face, sort of like as a coder entrepreneur? Like, what are some of like the challenges that are like some of your biggest challenges that you face? You know, running your own business and everything.
Well, when you start this kind of business and you start get really specialized, most of the customer doesn't understand the technology and the effort that you do for do this. Sometimes you optimize things really well, and then you do something really fast, and they say, "Hey, you did it fast. I have to pay you." I mean, because I'm good, that's why I'm faster than other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if I for example, I'm a wood carver. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm a newbie, I'm gonna take like 3 days to make a table.
Yeah.
And people pays for these 5 days. But if I'm an expert, I'm gonna take half a day.
Yeah.
For the same product. So why should pay me less?
Exactly.
Because I take less time.
You take less time. You're just more efficient. Yeah. So do you? Is it hard to try to explain to them that you're just very optimal as comparatively to other coders in the same industry as you?
Yeah, I mean, I occupy a really niche on the coding, which is like promotional coding, B2B, and white label stuff.
Yeah.
And I usually don't work like with the broad public. It's like usually when someone is asking me for a quote, usually is a company that already know me, or is another big company that is not another company. Okay.
Yeah.
I usually don't work like people, hey, I need a website, and then pay me like $5,000 to make a website. I usually don't do stuff. I usually work with company and we make contracts, because usually when I work on a website, usually web platform, I usually have to also start to make the project, architectural stuff like this, because I have been in big project with other people working on them, and usually when you work on someone else stuff, end up in a really mess. Really, many times I've been fixing other people's stuff.
Yeah,
they start something, and then I continue that part, and then have to fix all the other people's things. Because usually people do stuff only for their part. They don't mind also like, hey, someone did us have to work on this stuff.
Yeah. So you basically, you're saying that like people are basically doing stuff half-heartedly, and so they make a mess and then leave it for you to clean up, more or less.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's not all agency like that, because you have like agency that like underpay the coder, and then they make long hours, and then they're like, okay, it's like 7 o'clock in the evening. Okay, I want to go home and see my family. Just drop it out like this, okay, and then they go home.
Yeah,
they don't care. It's like, because like up the project manager problem. It's not my problem. I made the code.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. And you get most of your clientele is mainly in Italy, right?
Yeah, mainly in Italy.
Yeah, and how's the living conditions in Italy? Like, what would you say? Because when I've been there 3 times, but I've only visited there. You've actually lived there. So what would you say, like, how is it like to live there as an actual citizen for, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever?
Yeah, I was born there. So I've been in like 5, 6 different cities from the center to the north. So I've been like in Padua, which is near Venice. I've been in Milan. I've been in the center, like Forli, which is near Rimini and whatever. So, I mean, Italy have a really good standard living. I mean, it's not a good place to make business, but if you have money, it's really a good standard about living, because you get service, you get a nice weather, you get really good food, and you change region, you change city, you get different menus, It's really good in Italy, because you can travel to different town, and each town have a different.
No, I think I love that too about Italy, man. It's like you can't lose. It doesn't matter what city that you're in. Like I've been there 3 times to 3 separate locations, and I feel like each time I can't lose, and there's so much more to see. That's how I feel about Italy in the country,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, Italy is a small country and a lot of stuff. So if you like the sea, you can go to the seaside, and then you're bored to the sea. You just take the car, and then like in 8 hours you're on the mountain.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the lake. You can go to the park, like national park, and see the white animal.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that part about Italy too, man. And I wanted to ask you too, like, what are some of like the misconceptions about like coding that people may have that you notice? For instance, I don't know, all coders don't care about like fitness or nutrition, or all coders like what are some of the misconceptions about coders?
Misconception, they're all nerdy, like this, Now, become sharpshooters that about coding. The main one is like, oh, you must be a genius to be a coder, or must be difficult, or you need a freaking university. Actually, no. I mean, you can do a coder in 6 months with proper training and proper study. You can do what I do in 6 months, okay? And then it's a matter of experience. It's how much shit you get through and then how much you solve. But if you want to coding and you want actually do this job, you choose to do some training, and then you can even buy some professional course online, which is some are really good. Choose your technology, and then in less than 6 months, you can start working in that. And you can make like remote jobs, or you can start take remote jobs while you are not 9 to 5. Then you can see if this is your career.
And also, what would you say about the there's a lot of rumors out there about artificial intelligence and it being capable at some point to be able to take the coding job away. Like, because if you can code smart contracts and all these different types of things already, people are saying that it's going to get to a point where it can maybe even start making everything plug-in, doing everything, so where you don't even need a coder. And so what do you think about this? Like, what do you think it will affect the industry long term?
Yeah, I mean, the industry, like in the next 5 years, going to change a lot about coding. And then there will be a lot of like AI tooling to code, okay? But who's going to build this AI tooling?
The coder.
So what's the problem?
Exactly.
I mean, like I was cutting the wood with the axe, okay? Now I'm cutting the wood with the chainsaw, okay? What's the problem? I mean, I'm going to use the chainsaw. So it's going to be like, instead of like consulting long documentation to remember how to query a MongoDB for some data. Okay, I just asked the AI, hey, how can I put that data in this table and on people that are aged more than 40? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, copy and paste, doesn't work. Okay, you fix it because you're a coder, Because AI can make the boring work for you, the repetitive stuff, the copy from the documentation and then compare the documentation for your use case and then make the modification, and then you fix it. But if you ever have already the case that you need, and then you just need to fix a little bit. It's like, for example, it's like for IKEA, okay? You buy furniture from IKEA, okay? You got everything, you just plug in, okay, you're done. It's not like you have to cut the wood, chop the wood, and then make everything from wood from the table, and then you take 1 week, same result.
But what if it gets to a point where it can, for instance, the intelligence, it compounds, right? Like over the course of time, it just compounds until it gets to the point where it's either superior to humans or at least to the human level, right? And so when it gets to that point, or when it gets to the point of surpassing humans, what do you think? What do you say to maybe it's just type in ChatGPT or whatever, build an app?
I mean, actually, you can already build an app with ChatGPT.
Yeah, but when does it get to the point where it literally can just build it like without you having to do anything, lay a finger? Maybe just asking you for username, password, or whatever, or some little details, but it's actually going back to you and asking you for little details so it can actually build the product that you want for you. And you can just type in, move this over here or move this over here when you're trying to do website design optimization and stuff like this. What do you say to that? Like as
you still need someone that know what to ask to the AI.
But if you get intelligent enough to prompt the protocol, then what would be it's limitless, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah, it's limitless, but maybe we're talking about like 50 years later, maybe. To do this kind of stuff, say, hey, I want an app and then want to publish. Might happen, maybe. Because I did a lot of automation myself, so I know what computer can do. Thing is, you still need people that build this function for the AI first.
Yes, of course.
And then the AI can use it. The thing is, the AI will be, in the next few years, AI gonna be useful to speed up the coding and then help who's actually coding to do better code or faster code. And gonna put a lot of trouble, a lot of newbies. It's like, for example, WordPress. Okay, you can install WordPress and then you get a website a few clicks. Okay.
Yes.
The thing is, like, people who do this can even swap a picture. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, this month I got 2 calls from someone who sold an e-commerce. Okay.
Yeah.
And he used the WordPress and WooCommerce plugin.
Mm-hmm.
And then the customer asked him, "Hey, I need to put some extra data when people order something on that." They don't know how to do it because it's just do a few clicks.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
And you cannot ask ChatGPT to do this, because you have to analyze the WooCommerce plugin, and then see the data flow, and then see in which point you can insert data in the data flow. And I see right now AI can do a lot of stuff, but we're gonna see different type of AI. We're gonna see copyright AI. We're gonna see image AI, animation AI, and then we're gonna see coding AI. They're gonna support the coders and gonna put neighbors in trouble because hey, now I have to code, and then they ask the AI the code, and then they copy pasta, and then they send to the customer, and then at the first problem they cannot fix it because they are not coder.
Yeah, no, it makes absolute sense. But do you think that it will take that long? You said 15 years.
Because 15 years, I mean, say okay, like this. Okay, I need an app, and then just push an app and then push a button, publish on the App Store. If 15 years or maybe 10 years. Right now we are just at the beginning, so I don't know if they're gonna walled garden everything, because when something start have attention, people want to monetize and start walled garden. But we're gonna see a lot of. I think it's my personal opinion. We're gonna see corporate AI like closed AI, and we're gonna see open AI.
Yes. But it's already happening now. Like I know Russia has their closed AI. I think China has it too. I'm not exactly sure, but I know for a fact Russia does. And this one's more open source, so people will build on top of it.
But also people who are actually coding can take open AI and then they train their own AI.
Yeah. And
for example, we have stable diffusion for picture. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Now we already have unstable diffusion, which is the open source version.
Yes. Yeah, but my thing is the world's gonna get so crazy, man. Like because I'm looking at the integration of AI, and then you look at VR, you look at AR, you look at Web3. The next 10 years, I think by 2030, the dynamics and the shift of value is going to change dramatically a lot. It's going to change a lot.
AI gonna be normal. Actually, AI is already here. And for example, I say Alexa or Google, I say, Alexa, put me some music. Isn't it an AI? Or Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow? Isn't the AI? It's a program that find the data for you and give you the data that you want.
It's just consolidating the data.
It's an advancement of like Siri or Alexa or whatever.
What do you think about Google? You think Google's going to survive? Because they released that the Bard or whatever it was called.
The shit show. I mean, they might survive if they use what they have wisely, because Google is kind of like spray and pray stuff, they did a lot of investment on a lot of things, and then like for example Google Plus, remember Google Plus tried to compete with Facebook, because like everybody was hating on Facebook, and then they launched Google Plus, but nobody gives a fuck about that, and we still have Facebook. Now it's called Meta, but we still have Facebook. Still, even if everybody hate on Facebook, I still have it. So Google, but they have to use it in the right way. I mean, the AI trend, they got the data, they got data center, they have the asset to do shit on ChatGPT. Can you imagine the whole data they can train the AI? No, they can read your email, they get access to your photo on Google Drive, they can access to your conversation on WhatsApp, because the WhatsApp backup stay on Google Drive.
It's crazy, man, how much data they have. But I know that Microsoft had been investing billions of dollars into AI software for a long time, and that's why they're integrating it. Or did they already integrate it into Bing? I haven't tested it yet. Did they already integrate it?
They're already integrating it to Bing, but it's in beta version. So some people are integrating, and then they say, "Wow, it's freaking fantastic." Because the current ChatGPT is limited to 2021 data. And as I read that the Bing version has access to internet, so the AI can access to the answer from the internet,
and it can crawl all the data from the internet and consolidate it into the proper messaging that it needs when you type in the prompt, right?
Yeah, which is kind of dangerous because AI is just refine the research for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now we have Google. Okay, being on. And then it's like you go to the library and then I find recipe or find how to talk with the birds or how to code stuff, how to cook something. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to look for yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
With the AI, you have the same stuff, but you have a librarian and say, "Hey, I need a book to cook pasta," and then the guy go and take the book for you, and then you don't have to go through all the recipe and find pasta. You got the guy give you the book. Okay. Which is faster.
Research optimization.
Is a research. No, this is ChatGPT. It's like I need to do copywriting on on JavaScript coding. Okay, I need to do some article. What should I do? I go on internet and read some advanced stuff about JavaScript documentation and what other people say, and then I take this data and then make my own data. The AI just make the same things but faster. Just go through all the data and then spit it out in the way you want. Okay. The thing is, you have less control on that because, for example, there is some political bias or they don't want to show you some research. Because you got the data already filtered by the AI,
No, it's true, man. That's another thing that's scary is like you could get the information, but maybe it's actually the information that they want you to see. So, but I mean, it is open source, right? So it shouldn't.
ChatGPT is open source?
No, it's going to be Stable Diffusion. ChatGPT is going to be. They're going to have open source in the closed source version.
Stable Diffusion have an open source one, and I mean, it's not about data, okay? Because the Stable Diffusion make pictures, okay? I want a picture of a bear on the bed reading a book, okay? That's not dangerous, okay? The thing is, like, when you're dealing with data, you can censor or show what you don't want to show.
But there's going to be two forms of it because, I was listening to a podcast from Imad Mustik, the founder of Stable Diffusion. He was saying that there'll be an open source version and then there'll be a closed source version that, the government and stuff will use. So, but there will be an open source version. There's no real way to stop it. And he wants to give access to have everyone to get access to it. Right?
I mean, for sure, we're going to have an open source version, but my question is, who's going to pay for that? I mean, who's going to sustain that? Because like an AI that crawl the web and then get 1,000 million of query per day, I mean, going to cost a lot in terms of like infrastructure. I mean, you can get open source software, but who's going to pay for the server?
It's quite interesting, like I'm not entirely sure in terms of all the, all the stuff that's going on in the scenes and everything. But what I do know for sure is that this technology is coming. It's coming very, very quickly.
It's coming like the smartphones, At the beginning was the novelty, and then who got money buy it, and then now it's like part of your daily life. So the AI gonna be part of our daily life. You like it or not, gonna be on your daily life. You're gonna have a smart fridge, you're gonna have a smart wash machine, gonna have a smart temperature or whatever.
Man, it's gonna be exciting and crazy times, man. That's why, like, I tell people all the time, like, if you're not looking into these industries, like AI, VR, AR, Web3.
I mean, we are at the beginning of the change of the technology change, like at the beginning of the internet, like everything has come, and then email not going to survive. Why should also listen streaming when we have a radio? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you don't have internet, you're cut off for the world. You cannot even work. Gonna be the same with the AI. We're gonna see with the Web3. Gonna be the same with everything technology. At first, they're gonna oppose it. Okay. But for example, like we had horse with carriage, now we have cars. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. You're right. It must evolve, right? We have to evolve. We can't stay the same. I think that's how we go extinct, right? We must evolve. We must push the boundaries, for civilization.
Actually, because we are fucking lazy. I mean, you see, every technology is to make our life easier.
Yeah. Well, it's to make our lives easier, but it's also to make the businesses' lives easier too.
The thing is, we are made to survive. Okay,
Yeah.
you see every form of life in this world, like from plants or animal. Usually, you see they want to survive. What they do is to survive.
Yeah.
The plants grow up, and then when they have sun, they survive. Animal eat because they want to survive. They hunt to survive.
Yeah.
So what we do is like to make our survival easier.
Yeah.
This now we don't have to hunt for our food. Like I don't have to go to the park to hunt some rabbit and find some mushroom or climb the trees. Okay.
Yeah.
We go to the supermarket, buy some stuff, and then okay, it's our survival. It's easier.
Yeah.
We still have to do the same stuff, but now it's easier.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't believe in universal basic income. I just never understood. Never understood it, because it's like you want to take away our ability to survive. Then what would be the point of why people are innovative, why people push boundaries, why people strive to achieve and extract resources if resources are readily available all the time? It doesn't really make any sense, right?
I can understand that, because like I have been like for my young age poor, so it's like having budgeting would be a
me too though.
Thing. Like
me too, but
the thing is like that I have been like, now I have my company. I'm really not I can afford to spend my money whenever I want. Like I can not even work for 2 years. I'm still fine. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm like that because I have been through the shit. You have to test yourself. You have to go through the difficulties to learn.
Yeah.
Because like, if you don't fall, you don't learn. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you fall, and some people are stupid. Okay, never learn. Okay, but one of my friends say, "Hey, every time you fall, just grab something when you cannot." This is the concept. I don't know. It's in Italian, but I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah.
But it's like when you get up, try to catch something.
Learn something.
Learn something. So when you fail, actually is a good lesson.
Exactly.
Because like you don't have any problem. You're happy. You don't understand. You don't learn anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't freaking care. You have any problem? Why you should learn?
Yeah.
Actually, when you're hungry or you have a problem or something that's depressing you, something expressing you, that's when you learn.
Yeah.
Because like your survival is in danger.
Yes.
So you must do something to survive the next day, or to make your family survive, or make your friends survive, your mother survive, your brother survive.
Exactly. So that's why I don't understand trying to alleviate that feeling of needing to survive, because if you don't have that feeling to survive, then what's the point? You just sit on your ass and watch Netflix. The thing is, all these things are created because someone wanted to, partly to provide some level of value to society, but also to survive, right?
Well, now you can put your tinfoil hat, because if you depend on the government for your survival, you're a slave. You're a freaking slave.
Yeah.
I mean, if the people are independent, okay, and there is something they don't like in the government, they can change it. Okay.
Yeah.
But if the government forces you something you don't like, but you depend on the government for living,
it's over. But this is what I call dystopian future that we're heading towards, with CBDCs, with AI, with UBI, universal basic income. All these types of things are coming, or potentially coming, right? With UBI is potential in some countries. They kind of already have a sort of kind of UBI system in Germany. If you look at, for instance, like when a girl gets pregnant or whatever, they have this maternity leave, where they're able to the girl's able to stay at home for 2 years, and the government pays, or when you unemployment checks. So they have a version of like UBI in Germany. It's just not as intense yet, because it's not like forever, right? It's only for a period of time, but still, like when you get unemployed, you should still have that instinct to want to survive, right? You shouldn't just be able to, okay, it's fine, I'm going to sit on my ass and collect this check from the government. The thing is,
like they're making subtle so you don't feel it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, she's carrying forward the humanity. She's giving birth to a child, and then I mean, that's okay. But the thing is, like, like right now, you see, you cannot trust government, because like the government usually are made to support people and regulate the society.
Yeah.
But right now, you see, government are made to control people.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to lose power.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is the struggle that we're in, you know, and people don't even realize we're in a financial war right now. Most people think that everything is just fine because they're living in their own little bubble. They don't even know that there's a huge global financial war going on. Not even just with crypto. If you just look at BRICS and what's going on there, you look at the fight for the petrodollar and the petrodollar system. You know, there's so many different moving pieces that's happening, and people, they're just not paying attention at all, man. I don't really understand.
Because people are so busy in the daily problem, okay? Because they cannot see the whole picture. They don't see the world is like going they don't even know, people doesn't know what does mean BRICS, you know?
Yeah.
Which means like Brazil, Russia, India.
Yeah.
It's a block of country, okay?
Yeah.
And they're making they are opposing the US hegemony in economy. The thing is, people are so busy to see the mainstream problem and the inflation, the daily problem. They have to pay the rent or whatever, student debt loan, I don't know, whatever. They don't see, they don't have time to take care about that.
And that's another issue too. That's when you're in this, like when you're in that rat race. That's what well, I don't know if I want to say the sickness, right? I don't want to call it the sickness that we have for the past, you know, what, two years or whatever. And it was great because it let everyone, it was like a global reset. For some people, they were able to sit down, not be able to do anything, and be able to analyze content, right? And not be too distracted. Some people did that, right? Some people didn't do that. Some people, they just, you know, watched Netflix and found, you know, tried to find things to do that were fun. You know, some people were being extremely productive, like myself. You know, I was working on my book and I was building skills in the crypto space, learning, understanding before I got in late in 2020. And for other people, they weren't as productive. They were more use that time to just to have fun and do whatever. But that's the thing, man. The Matrix wants you to work, take the money, spend it on these businesses to make them rich, and then work, and then die.
Yeah, it's a system based on debts, you know?
Exactly.
So the best way to control someone is through debts. That's why countries have debts, people have debts.
Exactly.
You make debts to pay your mortgage, your home, you make debts to buy a car, whatever. If you have debts, you have no choice to keep working, and to do what they say, because you owe them something, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing is, people can't all default on the debt. You know, it's the credit-based system, right? It has to keep functioning like how it is. You know, they have to keep issuing out new bonds for people to buy so they can pay back only the interest, because they can't even afford to pay the principal payments right now. It's crazy. And people don't understand. They keep increasing the debt ceiling, right? And when they keep doing that, it's just inflating the values of everything more and more. And the people that are wealthy with assets are just going to get richer and richer until there's the gap gets so big that people at the bottom can't even afford, with just the basic minimum wage, food and rent and gas.
But it's the thing about it that people who are independent, like me and you, okay, like if we're gonna lose job tomorrow, we're not gonna be desperate, okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, okay, we lose job, okay, we're gonna make a travel, no?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Stuff.
Yeah, because we have skills.
We have skills. We have money aside. We have some net worth. No?
Yeah, net worth, passive income, stuff like this. Yeah.
So the thing is, people like us are not the majority. Yeah. So usually, when you have to target someone, you target the majority. No? Yeah. So let's say we have, like, I don't know, 60%, 70% people like this. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna target them. You know, is why you like? I think from a logical point, why should I target like at 20% when I can hit on 80%?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's just okay. You put on taxes, try to check people, but you make the life harder for the other 80%, so they can depend on you. Mm-hmm. Like you keep printing money, you put high inflation, so people have to keep working just to barely live. You know.
Exactly, and that's the sad thing, man. It's people don't really get it because people don't understand inflation. They haven't educated themselves on inflation. They think they know. They think it's like, oh, it just means higher prices.
Yeah, I mean, like people think inflation, because things cost higher. Okay, but why?
Yeah.
You think why it costs more?
Yeah, they don't. that I was talking actually to my younger brothers about it, because I'm like, hey, have you ever thought or asked yourself, how does the bank function, and like how they keep all these people that you see when you walk in there employed? You know, they never thought about it, you know, and I broke them down the banking system, how things work, and it blew their mind because they didn't think about it, you know. And I'm like, people just going through life not thinking, you know, getting taught how to think, not being able to take initiative. And the thing is, people, it's the same like, for instance, with crypto, man. People are gonna wait until the government tells them it's okay, you know, and by that time it's too late. It's too late. People who got in,
when government is okay, it means they're already fuck up.
Yeah.
you already fuck up. I mean, like, okay, there is no escape. I mean, like, if they say okay, there is a way the government is already controlling.
Exactly. So when you wait until the government tells you something's okay, then you don't, ultimately you minimize the risk, which means you minimize your reward, right? So, or some people still don't get in even when the government tells them, you know, that it's fine, you know, but people are always waiting for people to tell them to do something before they do it. If I would have waited for someone to tell me to do something, I would have never quit my job. I would have never structured a company on my own. I would have never built my financial freedom for myself. You know, I would have just stayed working 9 to 5, you know, and just doing what the matrix and what the government, what the programming and everybody's telling me to do. You know, if I would have never left the US, if I would have listened to everybody, I would have just stayed in the US, stayed in that type of toxic environment where everything's this divisive. I don't know, you've never been to the US, but I tell you about it all the time, man. It's so divisive. It's so divisive there. And bro, every time I go visit my family, I honestly get sad. The only thing that keeps me happy is my family, but I get sad as soon as I land in the US and I just hear the English and I hear girls complaining about something, and just the way that everyone is, how everyone functions, the food quality is really bad. I get sad, bro. Like, I'm like, oh man, like, why am I here? You know. But my parents didn't live there. I would never go back to the States, man, because it's the matrix, man. It's the matrix where people are so concerned. Like, you shouldn't be. It's not about how much money you're making. It's about how you can leverage the money so you can have financial freedom, right? It's not about, like, if someone can make $50,000 a year and be more free than someone that's making $200,000 a year, because how they're making the money. Because maybe they have real estate properties, they have crypto investments, they have dividend stocks. You know, they have these things that are paying them passively, so where their time is free. That's freedom, you know, not $200K a year in New York, where you're commuting in a subway every single day and you have to be somewhere at a certain time and you're working 60 hours a week. That's not freedom, bro.
And your colleague's an asshole, you cannot say anything.
Yeah, you can't say anything, you know, that's not freedom, you know. It's and also another thing about the States is the culture there, man, in terms of like the dating and how the women are, it's chaos, man. It's chaos. But I recognize this super early, bro. I left when I was 19, but I recognized this when I was like 15, 16. And I was like, yo, I got to get out of here. Like, yeah, I had wins, like I was winning when I was there. But I was like, yo, this movement of diminishing the way of the natural state of how men and women are, I'm not with it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's confusing, probably because people, you know, don't have to care much about find food to put food on the table, so they find other problems to take care of.
Exactly. It's first world. This was called first world problems.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you are like a 9 to 5 struggling to put food on your freaking table,
yeah,
you don't have time to worry about that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the States they have way too much money, man.
Some have too much, some don't have enough.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's crazy. The average salary in the States is, I think, like around like $42,000 or something, and that's like not that much money in the U.S., man. I mean, you consider like how much the rent is, the food, the car that you have to buy. Some people are paying like $700 a month for just their car payments. Then you have insurance, the health insurance. A lot of people are in debt because of college. Because I was telling my parents this when I was younger. I was like, yo, it doesn't make sense for me to go to college if I'm going to be in debt. Why would I go in debt? And they was like, oh, you got to get a degree. You got to get a degree. And I'm like,
and then spend your whole life to pay
it off. To pay it off. I'm like, this is really stupid. Like, I wasn't very smart enough to really understand the full scope of the macro of how all these things work. But I was smart enough to know that being a debt slave is not the move, you know?
Yeah, have debt means you stay in the system as a slave. You know?
Exactly. And I was like, I don't want it. So I took a risk and I chose a different path, man. And I left the US when I was 19. And bro, it was the best decision I ever made in my life. Like, honestly, like leaving the US, it opened my mind so much. And the thing is, my family, they don't still get it, man. Like that's why like there's a little bit of a disconnect with me and my family. It's a slight disconnect because we just view things, our worldviews are completely different. Their focus is on the US. And the thing is, I try to tell them that. And the thing about Americans, they're very, very toxic, you know, and very divisive in conversation. You can't have a simple conversation with Americans and really get your point across, and they get your point across, and then you guys understand each other, and it's something that's progressive. You know, it's not healthy conversation. It's more just attack. And I don't mean it to attack them. I just noticed that their behavioral patterns and their worldviews and the way that they think, I try to expand it, but it's kind of hard if you've never really been out the country, you know?
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be wrong. So the thing is, someone is reasoning about like this data and this data.
Yeah.
But you did travel to other country at a young age, and then you see in other countries.
Yeah.
So you get this data. So you get more comparison.
Exactly.
So you have a broader point of view.
Exactly. But that's the thing. They don't understand. The thing is I don't really think it's just them. I think a lot of Americans are very radically ignorant, man. Like I really think there's something wrong with it. It's just they're brainwashed. You know, you try to tell them something, and even if they're not a subject matter expert at the topic, they'll try to pretend as if they are, you know, and that's the part.
Cultural appropriation stuff.
Yeah, you know, and I'm like, dude, there's so much in this world that you don't know, man. And I still feel like there's not a lot of things that I know, you know, because every day I wake up and I want to learn something new, and I want to grow, I want to get better. And if you think that you know everything, then you've stopped your progress as a person. How can you progress if you think you know everything?
Yeah, that's the main problem of like not the US, but like every country, you know.
Yeah.
Or it's like a personal problem. If you don't think you need to learn something new, why you should learn?
Yeah.
I mean,
why you should?
It's why like we have we can call it like modern commodity crisis. Like everything is so comfortable.
Yeah.
That you don't have like unless you get. You need a really, really strong motivation to learn something new or put yourself like, I say, I want to improve my life, or because like I got some tragedy or whatever, you know. But usually people who have a really quiet life, they have their own hobbies and stuff. They don't want like change country, build a new business, build new skills, or whatever. Because like people are so get used to be mentally lazy because we have all the technology that helping us, you know.
Yeah.
That now. Why I have to do it? No, why? I mean, like I got my 9 to 5. I pay my rent. I pay for my food. My kids go to school. I enjoy my car in the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying to the Walmart, buy my stuff, and I eat some crap while watching Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel like there's like when you have to go to someone to ask for permission to be able to do something that you want to do, that's nuts to me. That's absolutely crazy. Like imagine.
I mean, because now you have tasted the freedom to do that. Let's say you have the taste. You don't like this customer. Say, okay, sorry, you can go to another one. Okay.
Yeah.
But you are 9 to 5, and then you either bow your head and then have it or not have it. Okay, you just bow your head. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy. So. Yeah, man, I think that's pretty much everything that we had to cover, man. Like we just hit our time limit, I think, just now. Yeah. So, bro, I just want to say thank you again, man, for coming on the pod, man, sharing a little bit of knowledge, man. We got to do this again, man. I enjoy talking to you just as a person. You're a great human being.
Like our usual bar chat. This is our usual bar chat.
Yeah, literally. This is literally all like type of topics we talk about all the time, man. So it's good for us to share our thoughts and vent a little bit and hopefully provide some value to you guys. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Mooncast, and peace.